Yeah, we had pretty nasty stuff.
Good evening, Patriot family, and welcome to another episode of the Patriot Brothers. I'm your producer, host, and brother Zachary Smouse, and with me are your Patriot brothers, the Appalachian Reaper and the Conservative Patriot. On this evening's episode, we are going to discuss what's happening in Arizona and then open the panel up.
That's right. Zach. That was a good job, Zach. I appreciate you, brother. This evening we're just going to talk a little bit about what's going on in Arizona, and then we'll open the panel up just to talk, see what everybody thinks about it.
Yep.
The Democratic Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs, Arizona Republicans stripped some election power from Democratic Secretary of State. Arizona Republicans have stripped the Secretary of State's office, currently held by a Democrat, of the right to defend the state's election law in court. And honestly, the only reason I could see them doing this is if they know something we don't.
Well, it was honest and fair. You know what? Why are they trying to stop it? Why don't they just let them do the audits? Because they know they did something very bad. That's why they want to stop it. But continue.
It says, if the Secretary of State and Attorney General were to disagree over a legal strategy when the Arizona election laws are challenged, the new law states that the authority of the Attorney General to defend the law is paramount. And from what I know of the Attorney General, he is a pretty solid Republican.
Yep.
So, I think they're doing a lot of things right now that are referring to this audit, because I seen in an article from I think it was the Gateway Pundit. They were saying that there were 32 governors or something at the Pentagon. So that tells me that there's only 3 things that they could be doing there, and they all lean to be in our favor. It's either taking laws or limiting the federal government from giving us more laws.
That's possible.
There's 3 things. I can't remember all of them, but hell, I can't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning, but I don't know. I think we're getting ready to see a shift. I pray we're going to see a shift. And everything in this audit, I know a lot of people we're all leaning on this and looking at it, but remember, this has to be the stone that flips that breaks the water, because just Arizona will not take the win back to Trump. There has to be a couple more states, so they have to audit more states.
Yeah, so far I think they got. As I can remember, it's different Republicans from different states that visited to the audit in Arizona. They're like, we want to do it just like this.
Yeah, there are a lot of states that are thinking about it right now and have considered it. I just don't know. When it's solid, it's solid. When they start, and that's what we have to worry about, is them having the backing to get started, because It was hell for Arizona to do what they had to do.
Yeah, but they won because the people spoke.
I
That's
agree,
what needs
Vic.
to happen. That's what needs to happen everywhere.
I'm almost ashamed to say that I was
Bex,
born in.
Bex, said, Bex says a very good point. Sorry to cut you off. Audit should be happening in every state. Then go.
I agree with that, Vex. Uh, I am honestly afraid to admit I was born in Pennsylvania, and all the people I knew in Pennsylvania, they did not vote blue, but
No, they did not. No, they're already finding missing ballots everywhere. So it's only over time for that flips.
yeah, we'll see
What
what it'll
put
all
this way,
come
you
out in
went
the
out,
wash.
yeah, all the other states that have been doing it for years. Like here in the Northeast, they've probably been doing it for decades. Why do you think these corrupt Korean politicians get in? There you go.
But you gotta think too. Us being the people, for a long time, we just let it go because
Well,
we were always picking the lesser of two evils, and
well,
because we never
the thing of it is, nobody knew about these machines back then.
nobody nobody knew how crooked the government was back then neither. We knew they were crooked, but we didn't know to what extent.
No, trust me. I know a lot of people I knew was corrupted back then. Trust me.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm not, but I'm saying the
Mm-hmm.
majority of people didn't
Oh,
know.
no.
For a
Oh, you're
long
talking
time.
about the other people. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I agree with that. But what's going to be revealed is just, it's going to be, wow. This is all going to, I think they said the report's supposed to come out, I think the 1st of August, if I'm not mistaken, first week in August. So we'll have to wait and see what that brings.
That was a really good point there.
What did you put?
Um, if Trump wins the Speaker of the House and anything happens to Biden or Harris, he would be the president.
Yeah.
And that's a good possibility because if they get locked up for treason or anything, he would be the president if he wins Speaker of the House. But that would mean a majority of Republicans in the House, which would be easy. And then
I
think
haven't heard him say. I don't think he's interested in that. I think he already said he wasn't interested in that. But it would be good. Trust me.
it would be a slick plan. I don't know that that's the way he'll go. I think even him, he's waiting on these results. I am.
If you remember, I think it was you go back in my video, I actually have I have to have evidence that he never conceded. He never admitted defeat. What does that tell you?
Yeah. We all know he says he never conceded.
Everybody's called me a liar. Yeah, well, where's your proof? Well, there it is. That shut everybody up. They're like, oh, okay.
I was born in Cambria County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. Must be nice out there.
I don't live there anymore.
Oh, never mind. You don't have to reveal where you are at now.
Zach, I wonder if we could get somebody from Arizona that's in the chat to come up here and tell us what they've seen. I mean, specifically somebody from the Maricopa County area. That would be awesome.
You sounded pretty presidential the other night. I mean, the last rally he had. His last ideology. He had over 45,000 people show up. That right there should tell you that he didn't lose.
They stood in the rain all day.
Yeah, like torrential downpours. And he's like, wow. It's like you guys are patriots, man. He's like, you guys just went through a big, huge rainstorm. They're like, yeah. It was great.
Arkansas, I seen there is a few people in the chat that are from Arizona. I'd say Dangerous is still in bed, to be honest.
I don't know what time it is over there in Arizona. I know it's different from my time. Go ahead, buddy. Sorry. Yeah.
Arizona infidel, could you come up, brother?
Yeah, he could give us a scoop of what's going on. Definitely.
Yeah, I would like to know what they're seeing on the ground there.
Mm-hmm.
Was it that lady there, Zach, that said she was from Arizona? From Maricopa County?
Yes. Good stations in there, yep.
I wonder if the rumors about the government and the state having it out at the audit was a true statement. I don't know. I would like to know.
That's a tough one. Let me try.
Come on up.
Yes, from Maricopa County. Oh, awesome, Joni.
Come on up and tell us what you've seen around there.
Yeah, if you're from Arizona, if you know what's going on, go us in.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Lazy.
Howdy.
How's my signal getting through?
Sound good.
Okay. The latest going on is apparently there's proof that the Arizona voter registration database, which is maintained by Katie Hobbs, the Secretary of State, was hacked November 3rd.
Really?
Is that why?
Well, the allegation. I'm sorry. Yep. The allegation is that she knew about it and covered it up.
So is that why they're stripping her of her duties for the election?
No, that was. They stripped some of the things she can do because of her libtard activist attitude.
Yeah, in Appalachia, this right, she wants to run for governor. I'm like, oh gosh. I was like, people aren't gonna vote for her.
I mean, traditionally, like Secretary of State isn't considered like a political office.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have, Democrat, Republican governors who take a political stance, but I mean, a Secretary of State is just Secretary of State.
Yeah. Well, what we were talking about is I seen where she announced her run for governor in June sometime, and that she's already getting blasted on this stuff. The only way she's going to get in is if she cheats. So
I don't see her staying in any kind of office based on her behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that.
Way too radical.
Well, despite what some people say, Arizona did not turn blue.
No.
They stole the election.
There's no way in hell you guys were blue. You've always been red. Always. Even Dangerous Freedom was like, there's no way in hell we went blue.
No, You just have to know that. I mean, there are a lot of liberals in Arizona, but they
Yeah.
are in no way the majority. It's just impossible.
Mm-hmm.
What they have done over the decades is they've gotten control of the big cities, Tucson,
Right.
Flagstaff, and Phoenix. And, they have control of some of the counties, but they don't represent the people. And I think it's going to become obvious once this audit is completed.
Yeah, it's gonna be dealing with a lot of stuff. Everybody's gonna be like, what now?
Well, I mean, what the left has done, and I believe what's going to be proven, is that they have infiltrated like key positions,
Yep.
like in the blue states that are being investigated. They stacked their people into like the election departments in order to carry out this fraud.
Exactly. There's actually a whole bunch actually that arrested already.
Yes. I mean, that's how Marxists. That is how Marxists and undermine the political system.
Correct. Yeah.
I have
we
a
have to
friend.
figure out. We have to figure out how to counterpunch. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I came across something interesting years ago that's written in Arizona law.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a law. It was a resolution that was passed by the Arizona State Legislature, I believe in the 50s, when they were investigating communists in government and media. And if you want to look it up, it's called Arizona Revised Statutes 16-805.
Oh wow!
And if you read that, it details exactly what happened November 3rd. Communists took over our electoral system in order to
Marxist Maoist. Yeah.
Well, if you look it up and read it, if you look it up and read it, you realize that 2 generations ago, they knew this was a threat, but in the ensuing 2 generations, it's been forgotten.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. We forget things too quickly.
Well, I had planned on like making 1,000 copies and passing it out, but there haven't been any like rallies or anything going on.
Well, Maricopa County has been, hasn't there?
When I get notifications of rallies, it's after they've already started.
Oh, crap. That's crappy.
I haven't found a connection to a network that'll give me a heads up of one being planned.
That's a bummer.
It seems we have somebody from Maricopa County up here now. So, what do you think? What have you seen on the ground?
With everything that's going on, I have a lot of connection with Josh Barnett, mostly on Instagram, and he has a lot of information regarding the whole Katie Hobbs thing going on with the audit. Since he's one of our reps here that's running for Congress, with everything that's going on, that whole situation with her getting her privileges revoked, a lot of it had to do with the whole signing off of the election. A lot of people want to say that it was fair, but we all know it was illegitimate. The whole Doug Ducey thing, trying to be honest, but I hate to say it, but I really think our governor is a rhino in sheep's clothing.
Same here. He's been acting very Democrat here too. So I understand what you're saying.
Yep. I mean, actually, Katie really is a Democrat if you think about it. I mean, she had it plastered all over her her Twitter that she, she uses pronouns, and she really backed the whole BML thing. So
Oh, BLM, yeah.
BLM, yep. Actually, when they were marching downtown, she was there.
Of course she was.
A lot of people had video and pictures that were posted on Instagram, and she was a part of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you?
Maxine Waters in Minnesota. He said, if you don't get what you want, you have to be more confrontational. Like, what the hell is that?
Yep. I mean,
These people
how are we
crazy.
How do people back politicians that, have a hand in all this? I mean, they want fair this and fair that, but they don't want to be a part of that fair part. So,
Right.
But I honestly think that there's a lot of stuff that we're not seeing right now up front. I know that I honestly think there's a lot in the background that people just, they can't see, that they don't really know what's going on. And, there's other people that want to give up and, let's just lay down. Let's wait for another 4 years, but we really can't.
No, we got to fix this now.
Yeah, it has to be fixed.
Because it won't be a 2022 or 2024 if this doesn't get fixed right now.
Exactly.
People say, 2024, well, they don't fix the election. And guess what? There's no way President Trump's going to be able to get back in with this system against us.
Yep. And with the whole audit going on, and when it was going on, there was a lot of sketchy things that were happening downtown because I wasn't too far away. I don't work too far away. So every time I would leave work in the last week, there were military vehicles, and there were more of like a heightened scene of I don't know if it was state police but when I drove by that last weekend, it was more of like a high profile location. And there was also a carnival going on.
Yes.
Well, yeah, they did say, I think they ordered the National Guard to guard the arena at that time. I think that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure no funny business is going on. Or nobody goes in, nobody goes out.
Yeah, there's just a lot of sketchy things that a lot of people are just not seeing, and they're, we're not getting the information right away. And I think a lot of people are like, you know what, let's just give up. But we really can't. There's things that are going on in behind the scenes that no one's really being able to talk about.
Right.
But we just really have to wait. We can't just give up. This isn't the time to give up.
No, our country needs us right now.
I agree with that 100%, and I thank you guys both for getting up here and telling us what you've seen.
Thank you.
It's good to hear from people in the area.
One of the interesting things that's like prevalent in Arizona is the entire media is controlled in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And they all portray it as a clown show that's going on. Now, if you could make short videos of things that you come across, I would sub to your channel in order to hear that information, because it's hard finding good information as to what's going on the street.
Yeah, the only reason why they're calling it that, because they're just as guilty as everybody else.
I know. Researching this topic today, Zach and I we were talking about it, and you can't find nothing. And the best way to do that was, just talk to people that are from there. And I figured somebody would pop in. I hoped anyway. And you guys have really added to that for us, because it's hard to find stuff on Arizona right now.
Early on there was a channel called Scottsdale Studios that was deeply involved, and they were putting out some good information, but then they got taken down by YouTube. and I don't know
Of
what
course.
became of them.
They're communists. That's all it is. They've been
Yeah.
taken over by communists.
Now, the last I heard from them, they had a live panel on, which one of the participants was a woman congressman who had taken the tour of the audit.
Yep.
And she said three things that were striking to me. She said that the volunteers are not allowed to engage in small talk while they were working with the ballots. You know, so it was dead serious what they were doing. She also said that the audit has lawyers on the floor watching everything that's going on, and the reason they are so strict is that every ballot is going to be examined in such a way that it can be introduced as evidence in court.
Yeah,
That's how serious. Well, see, the left media in Arizona and across the country wants to portray it as a clown show. But these people are dead serious. Every ballot is a piece of evidence. Every bit of information they glean from examining every aspect of it is evidence, and they're treating it deadly serious. And that's why you have a lot of rumors, but not a lot of details.
Yeah, I assume that's why they're wanting to wait till August too, is because they want to have everything in line.
Now, if you've caught in the news, the Arizona Republic, which is like our major newspaper, has filed suit against the Senate and the auditing team. They want to know what's going on. They attempted a Freedom of Information Act, which the Senate says doesn't apply to them, but they are desperate. They are desperate to find out what the auditors have found. So there's going to be a major court battles going on between now and even after. Supposedly they're going to put out some preliminary information and then the full report. But there's going to be major battles going on in Arizona. So stay tuned.
You need to pay for the current mistreatment of those arrested and being held captive on the January 6th incident. Yeah, absolutely, Annie G.
Yeah, I assume that's why everything was being so hush-hush, was because of the court stuff. You can't let it be known to the public if you're being that serious. I mean, all we can do is hope and pray, and I mean, we know the answer. We know what happened, but it's just getting the truth out.
Yeah, Michael Lindell's been really a true nature of doing that.
Yes, he is.
Absolute Proof got over 150 million views all over the world. So the world knows what happened, and so do we.
You know, what's interesting about Mike Lindell is, you know, he's claiming that they have all the internet traffic that took place. And the Arizona audit is still waiting for the passwords so they can log in as administrator on the routers. And if what Mike Lindell says is true, that should be able to be substantiated by looking at logs and the routers.
Yeah, it should happen. I mean, it's a waiting game right now. And while we're waiting, we should each be trying to change stuff in our own communities.
I mean,
especially try to get rid of this critical race theory that will further indoctrinate our children. And
Yes.
I'm happy to see that so many people around in every state are starting to speak up about it. That a lot of people need to do it. And I'm happy to see that.
And there's
I
Steve.
mean, what we really need is, just people in every state, in every county, and whatever town you're in. I mean, I know it takes a lot to run for mayor. I know it takes a lot to run for governor, but run for school, run for the board, run for something that's in your town. Honestly, you're the one that's going to make the change. Because if you
The
don't do
impact,
it, we
yeah.
get these people voted in, and these people want to brainwash our children. They want to brainwash everyone. If you don't have the same ideology and the same view as they do, they're the ones that's ruining this country. So, I mean, whatever you can do to support your city, your town, your county, wherever you live, run for office. You got to do what you got to do. And, that's why I've been trying to brush up on a lot of stuff and at least try to run for an office. And we can't keep letting people that want to defund the police and abolish the police on all of these councils. We can't keep having that.
And for some people that don't see themselves running for anything, for instance, like myself, support somebody you trust.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number
Exactly.
one thing.
And what's interesting is I was a teaching major. I was going to college to be a teacher, and I was told I'd never be a teacher because of my beliefs. It's like, wait, do I have to teach these kids horribly? The math that they teach where they round up to 5 or down to 0 or whatever they do, or the critical race theory? Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do that. So I was barred from teaching by the college. I was like, fine, whatever. I'll go into sales. I know how to talk anyways.
Yeah, like I said though, support some. My rule from here on out is going to be, I'm not supporting anybody if I don't think I could trust them with my doors unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should all be like that. I won't say my kids, because I wouldn't hardly trust anybody with my child, but
Well, even from home, everyone can be more proactive by digging into the backgrounds of people who are put on the ballot.
well, it's not even that. Just if you know somebody, you trust somebody, and you feel like they are a good candidate, and they have the same mind frame as you do, as in being a patriot for this country, get out there and hand out flyers. Do something.
Mm-hmm.
But see, we've experienced that firsthand in the Republican Party.
Unfortunately.
They take on the facade of being a patriot, but they turn out being like John McCain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, everyone uses the term rhino, which is very vague.
It's actually too strong of a creature to describe these pussies. Excuse my language.
Well, I mean, from my own research, which has spanned over a decade now, or 2 decades now, what you'll find is the neoconservative movement is what infiltrated the Republican Party and took it over. And they have an ideology that would shock the hell out of you if you simply went up to Wikipedia and looked up neoconservatism. It will tell you what the roots of neoconservatism are.
I'm gonna
And
say this.
nobody realizes it. But
I'm
it's
gonna
really
say this. but it's I dread saying it, but Democrats are better than rhinos because
The only,
at least you can call a snake a snake. You don't know what
You
you're
don't
getting
know
with.
a chameleon.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, just go up to Wikipedia and look up neoconservatism, and what you'll find out is that neoconservatives have their root in Trotsky.
Mhm.
They are
What?
Trotskyists.
Like the New World Order.
Well, we have this illusion of there being two opposite sides politically, but they are not. They are like kissing cousins of Lenin.
It's a glove, or security glove. Zach?
Anyway, I have to jump out. It was good talking to you guys.
it was nice
Thank you for
talking to
coming
you.
on.
Thank you, Eric.
Look up neoconservatism and their Trotskyist roots, and it'll all make sense what's been going on.
Doing that now.
Will do. Thank you very much, AZ Infidel.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Zach.
My opinion on the school curriculum is that it's really ridiculous that they are teaching one way instead of being open and not biased. Our children should not be taught to believe in one way because of the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Words of wisdom from Zach. Absolutely right.
You know, I ran across something today that absolutely blew my mind. I mean, my mind was already blown because of the whole deal with the video and stuff that this guy came out with. But I ran across a video of that rapper, the one that made the shoes, and the video of him having intercourse with Satan.
Oh, good gravy. Yeah.
Well,
At the BET Awards, he made out with a man on stage.
that's
And people
That's-
applauded that like he was doing something great.
I'm glad I don't own a TV.
I'm glad I don't have cable anymore.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't have cable. I just seen it on YouTube, but it just I can't believe people are getting praised for that type of thing.
Well, I mean, Obama was the one that welcomed that and normalized it,
Well,
unfortunately.
because his husband Michael was part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Don't
But-
play bingo with that.
Seeing what I've seen from that whole culture now, it's more obvious to me now than ever that they are pushing a huge agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all coincides with Agenda 21 and Agenda 30. This whole thing coincides with it.
Extinction of decent people.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Problem
mean,
is,
they want people to stop having kids. Or the people that have kids, they want them to transition their girls to boys and their boys to girls. It's like, that's madness. What the hell?
well, the COVID vaccine is about making you sterile
Exactly.
and then changing you into probably a zombie in 15 years. I don't know.
I just
Way less than that.
I don't understand how all these people that are having children, first that rapper come out with that Old Town Road song and all the kids were dancing to it. And then he comes out with this next video and it is totally pushing an agenda. And all these kids are going to be watching this video and they're 7, 8, 9 years old. And
So all the work is it.
And he did it cross genre to reach more people. And that's the whole thing. These people are wicked. They will come at your kids in any way that they can, and they're going to introduce it in games. They're going to introduce it in music. Kill the police. You know, this is seriously. I loved rap. I used to break dance in the 80s, but it wasn't to that angry shit. It was to real music.
Yeah.
Steve, I want to say this. I like the early '90s rap, the mid '90s rap, and I'm telling you right now, Tupac would say, "Fuck that shit, dog. I ain't down with no gay shit, homie."
Appalachian. I'm talking 80s rap.
I'm talking '90s.
Like Run DMC.
Tupac wouldn't even been cool with that.
Run DMC saved. Was it Aerosmith's career? Run DMC saved Aerosmith's career by saying, "Walk this way." You told me to.
I remember that. I'm not saying I don't, but what I'm saying is in the '90s they wouldn't have put up with that shit.
Nope.
That's when I stopped listening to rap. When it got violent. As soon as it got violent, I'm like, bye. I want happy music. I want merry music. I want music that makes me want to dance or makes me smile or something. But
what you don't want to listen to rap that says you should shoot people and drugs and sex and all this other stuff. Bad image for our kids.
Cardi B off my list.
Has anybody even heard new rap? They don't even put sentences together like they used to. They just
mumble rappers.
They say shit like Xanax.
I watched Tom McDonald now.
Yeah, I seen he come out with a decent video a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. I watched like 50 of his videos. They're incredible. He's just dropping bars like it's hot, and he's not insulting people, but it's just incredible.
You should hear Aaron Lewis's new song.
Woo. Steve, were you in here when we played that for the intro?
What?
Am I the Only One by Aaron Lewis?
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's a really good song. You need to check it out.
Is it like
what's right now?
Is it country? Is it rap? Is it?
It's country.
It's country.
Okay, I like both, and everything in between and all around it.
Well, it's great.
Me myself, I just can't. I don't listen to rap anymore. I used to, but I don't no more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, rap turned into trash, so you can't really listen to trash anymore.
You know what? You can pick through the trash and find some nice things. And that's what I do. And that's what I go after. Only what's nice. I don't care about the rest of the trash. Only the nice stuff that I can hold on to and love.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Anything past 2000 and up was not worth listening to.
Yeah, I know
I'll go back to Tupac any day, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I like those days.
Nothing new.
And Zach wants to drop a bar.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I can't remember which one was on.
However, I like Icon Noki.
There's the same cross that Tupac's got on his back. You can't see it, but anyway.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
What'd you say, Zach? I missed it completely, brother. I'm sorry.
However, I like Icon Noki.
Icon Noki? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think.
Tom McNulty?
We're just trying.
I don't know. I got headphones on and I'm having problems. I thought I heard Tom McNulty. I think he's like,
He needs to get like a different voice on there.
Hey, Bigfoot, what's going on, brother?
Get a sexy voice.
Yeah, like a woman.
No.
He needs the Donald Trump voice.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah.
The peanut butter voice.
Oh, that would be Jimmy Carter. Would be the peanut butter guy, Jimmy Carter. Brother Billy had nice beer. I didn't drink it.
That's too
Peanut
funny.
butter and puppy dogs.
Hey, White T, what's going on, buddy? Yes, Sasha.
I can't see his name to welcome him, Zach, because you got howdy, Bigfoot. And welcome. I can't see your name because Zach's got a banner up. Dennis, welcome, Dennis.
Icon, no, Okie. Okay, I get it now. Icon, Okie. The kid put it in the chat.
I thought he was talking about the Okeechobee in Florida or something like that. I can't understand this guy half the time. You see what I'm dealing with? Love him to death, but he's always talking out of the side of his neck.
That makes sense now. Now we know what he was talking about. Thank you, guy. Hey, Dennis. Oh, crazy. Hey, this is Michelle, pro-life American. There you go, Michelle. It's up.
Hey guys, I am gonna pop down. I have to head out to Buckeye to go feed my horses.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you very much for joining the panel tonight. Like I said before, it was good hearing from somebody in Arizona that knows what's going on
Yeah,
a little better than
thank
we
you very
do.
much.
Not a problem, guys. I'll see you guys another night. Have a good night.
Later, Joni.
Later.
What's up, everybody?
See ya.
Nice hat, pro-life.
Thank you. I just got back from DC.
Oh, did you? Oh, I thought you went to DC.
Yeah, I'll never go that long again. Holy shit, that was a long time. But yeah,
Hey, it's our nation's capital, you know.
yeah, you nation's capital. They finally.
I saw your video.
They
I
finally.
saw your video of the unannounced soldier.
Yeah, they finally completed the White House fence. It looks amazing. It only took 4.5 years, but they completed it. Now you can walk right up. Yeah.
Good.
Joe Biden went to go get some ice cream, so I saw his motorcade come, so I gave him the double finger for y'all.
Thank you, Michelle.
The Secret Service agents that were walking along the car were laughing at me doing it because they can't stand his ass.
I don't blame for like in the background.
Yeah, I can just imagine that. A little woman standing there with both her middle fingers out like, fuck you, dickhead.
And he really where is Joe is. And he's not a Secret Service because he did not have a badge. So I don't know who that guy is.
He's probably park police.
He's up Joe's ass all the time.
That's no place I want to be.
Probably his boyfriend.
Especially when he's out sniffing people. It's like, yeah.
It's good to see you,
Like,
Zach.
It's how he guesses their ages.
Well, you all heard Donald Trump announced he's running for president, and guess who his BP is? He won't announce it yet, but it's going to be Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, I think DeSantis kind of put him off in Florida, didn't he?
No,
Well,
no,
Florida can't afford to lose DeSantis.
yeah.
Hold on. I understand that, but From what I heard, DeSantis didn't want him doing the Sarasota, the rally.
No, those two guys are buddies.
I know. That's why it seemed weird to me. I thought I might be
Well, I think it's
mistaken.
because it was too close to the crest. I don't know.
Were you
They
watching
said
the TV?
No, they said it wouldn't be good for him to do the rally with the with everything that just happened with the families that died in that building and stuff. It wouldn't be in good style or whatever.
It's not
Yeah,
like he caused it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I totally agree. That's just something I heard from somewhere else. It's nothing that I can verify.
But if he did, Democrats would be like, "Oh, it's the reason he's here is because he tore the building down." And
He recovered half of the bodies. Why haven't they found all the bodies? What is the excuse?
I don't think they were in there.
Exactly. Something is not right with this whole thing.
Well, why did the building collapse? I haven't heard an excuse.
Well, they said there was cracking in the parking lot underneath it. It was all cracking and stuff. It got busted. So they've been warned a couple times. So they're going to major lawsuit coming. You know.
But if the code inspector was up there the day before, why didn't that? Well, what's the deal? I mean, unless he was up there putting bombs on the building.
Damn, I was going to say that.
Yeah, some people are saying that could have happened, or some say this is what these Muslims are going to start doing now. Shit.
I mean, buildings just don't fall down.
I know.
This isn't Rampage. This is America.
What's their number one thing to do? They like killing people in massive groups.
Except they evacuate the building that they're going to fly airplanes into that aren't really, transportation airplanes.
Did you miss me, Lucy? Were you neglected when I was gone? She says yes. Now she found me. Everywhere I go.
I was wondering where you had been because I know before you popped up here all the time, and since I've joined, you've not been up here.
Yeah, I was gone for 13 days straight. Yeah.
13 days. Oh no.
I know a lot of people there, though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I tried to get back, but he left before I could meet up with him. I had a the thing? I made him a coffee mug with Joe's picture on it. Said, the thing? Yeah. But I couldn't.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Did anybody see him grasping for note cards the other day when they asked him?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the convenience store, he's like, "I'll take a Twinkie and I want to sniff that girl's hair."
Yeah, he's a weirdo, man. Definitely.
Oh, he's a sicko. That's for sure.
I think he's my uncle.
Now that's.
I mean, we all have one in the family, right?
Right.
Yeah. I have many that I haven't even met before.
Yeah, I don't know about the dude. He don't even know where he's at half the time.
Nope.
State of dementia.
I'm going after Zach, and I'm playing a video. He just messed up the other day. He was doing some kind of COVID thing because they're talking about going door to door to make sure people are vaccinated. When they knock on my door, I'm just going to go, "Fuck you, get off my property." Anyway, he said, I remember back in the early days when the sun used to come out early in the morning. He goes, "Here it is in the afternoon. The sun, here it is. It's early afternoon." He goes, "The sun hasn't come out yet." I'm like, "Are you fucking insane, man? There's something wrong with that, man."
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Michelle.
Who takes note cards to go pick up ice cream?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
You know the one that says it's if you don't vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. You know that guy.
Yeah, that'll be on his record forever. He said more than that actually just recently.
And all Trump did was say, just grab him by the pussy on a comedy show.
It wasn't actually a comedy show. It was two dudes having a conversation in a van, a media van.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and then these liberals are always good. Oh, Trump always grabs women by the pussy. It's like, really? Can you show me that?
It's not like he's like, hey, you know why bowling balls have 3 holes?
Oh, one person got triggered.
I'm not gonna say the punchline.
Okay, I got you.
If it was anybody else with dementia, I'd feel bad for him, but I do not feel bad for Joe Biden.
Who am I?
yeah.
Where am I?
That man deserves to be
have,
lost for all the shit he's caused here.
I've been in office for 300 years. I remember that one.
Your hair
Oh,
smells
shit.
pretty.
How about the time go to the swimming pool and the kids used to rub up and down his hairy legs?
They're
Oh, yeah.
blonde. They turn blonde in the sun.
I picked on Zach about that forever. I'd tell Zach,
Like
you like to play with Joe Biden's leg hair?
famous figure. Here we go.
definitely not my president.
Nope, he's nobody's president. Because nobody voted for this guy. Anyway.
I think
Right,
4 or
that people,
5
that's
people
about it.
did. 4 or 5 people voted for him.
Zach, Chef just said something in the chat. I don't.
You should have seen the line waiting to get into the White House because he had this special party barbecue plan thing. And I counted only exactly 118 people. That was it. You know, if that was Trump, the whole thing would have been like 500, 600 people, as many people we can get on the White House lawn. But not Biden.
More than
I
that.
would have ate his lunch just to say, hey, Mr. Potato Head, how the fuck did you become president?
I'm like, you're waiting in line for Biden.
Yeah, for 8 minutes.
For sure.
I'm like, you're waiting for Biden. and that's funny.
I just want to insult the guy. Be like,
Well, like that, I gave him the double whammy when his motorcade went by. And he was sitting right.
Chef Nevada Harper says Arthur Roberts is Biden.
I saw him come
Confirmed 2 weeks ago.
and I'm like, there, right there. That's from all of us.
It's interesting. It really is. Oh, what the heck? There we go. That's that. Sorry.
No, but if you guys want to see fireworks, that's the best place to go for fireworks. Sit right in between Washington Monument, behind the Washington Monument, facing the World War II Monument, and then right straight ahead is the Lincoln Monument. The whole reflection of the fireworks off the mound of the pond, and actually they also set them off in National Arlington Cemetery and the Pentagon. So you got fireworks from all over behind you going too.
Wow, that's cool.
Everything.
Everything. Any Trumps?
Supreme Court's
Any
case
Trump supporters there?
Capitol is still closed off. All our building. It's our building, not theirs, and it's closed off from us. You can't
Because they're afraid.
offices and Senate offices. You know how I used to just walk right in and just go see. Can't even do that anymore. That's fenced off.
What's that?
And they've already had 2 hearings on the January 6th events, and they found out Antifa caused all that damage. They found out those were not real Trump supporters that were in there. Yeah, there was about, I guess, 28 total real Trump supporters who are now facing federal prison time for just breaching the Capitol, causing no damage at all, but they're going to federal prison.
for trespassing.
And that guy that killed that girl, which was
I saw the whole list of all the indictments. It's all BS. All of it.
that killed that
So,
girl.
40 charges.
He never,
somebody just said his name. It was Lieutenant something. Wait, what the heck is that?
yeah,
Espinosa? No.
Ashley Babbitt.
That's Dennis. I was going to say Espinoza, but no, I don't think Dennis is the guy.
Yep, Chuck Schumer's security team, the head guy, the black man, shot her right in the, I think, right through the head. She got it.
I thought it was through the throat, wasn't it?
Yeah, she did. It did reflect off to her. She did get another. I think he fired 2 shots, 2 rounds. Killed her instantly.
Oh, what the hell. Well, they say if they kill one of us, we should kill one of theirs. No, it's kidding. Just kidding.
Well, they did. One did get trampled on, but the Antifa trampled all over him. It wasn't Trump supporters that killed that guy.
No. Well, if you actually watch Bobby Powell, he knows who was involved in it. Those FBI informants.
And you saw
guys.
Where the Capitol Police were literally opening the barricades and telling the people which way to go. They were telling,
it's like, here, come on in.
the one guy's like, right down
Come on in. Wave it them
Right
in.
there.
Come on in. Come on.
You think just a person would just walk right in from the Capitol, from the which used to be the old entrance back in the late 80s? They told me, because now they go underneath and they go through body skins and all that. So those doors were always closed. Those doors were automatically open from the inside. They were not open from the outside. They've been locked.
It was a planned insurrection by the FBI.
It sure was, and this whole thing gave exactly what CNN wanted to portray what we people.
Right, ratings. Yes, yeah.
We're not terrorists.
No.
Just a deep state operation. That's all.
Yeah, it's everything they do. It's always has a deep state, all written all over it.
Yeah.
And if you look at Bobby Powell's footage, he was there right when all this crap was taking place. He saw 2 men. One was holding the door, yelling, "Hold the line," and pushing people into the Capitol. And then you got one guy that's tried to instigate violence, takes a piece of the window from the Capitol window and throws it on the ground and says, "Go in there." And Bobby Powell actually stopped the young kid. He's like, "No, you don't go in there. Stay away." And they did. They just, anybody that was a trusted boy just walked away from it. Like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance, definitely look up Bobby Powell. He's all over the country right now, trying to educate the public of what actually happened. He's been to New York City. He's been to everywhere.
Let's give Dennis a chance to speak here. He's been up here wanting to tell us something for a while. It looks like he posted something for us to look at, that was Steve. But we can still let Dennis have a chance to talk.
Yeah, I'm still here. Just listening in.
Oh, you're fine if that's what you want to
do.
I didn't know if you.
If you're a Christian, it's time to really get your act together spiritually, because we battle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers. Basically, this is all a satanic effort to undo the natural order of things that God put in place, from the whole homosexual thing and everything else. The infusion of homosexuality, the fact that it's permeated our culture, is part of judgment in and of itself. The fact that it's here is judgment. Also, people need to take responsibility. I fault the formal church. One thing I ask pastors is, Christ says, "If I be held up on the cross, I'll draw all men unto me." We're supposed to be empowered by the Holy Spirit. So tell me, why have we lost this culture? Why has it gone so crazy? And basically, I believe it's because the formal church became something it wasn't supposed to be. I was saying that goes, community became corporation. Basically, rather than community, churches became corporation. Calling became career choice. You have people that choose to go to seminaries and all that as career choice. It's not, but they're never called. If you look at the statistics of pastors, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad because basically the typical church structure isn't biblical in the first place. It also goes, role became title. The title is obtained by politics. man ordains, but it's only God that truly anoints. If all that were ordained by man were anointed by God, it'd be a much different world. So if you claim to be Christian, it's really time to get your spiritual act together. Basically we like to put things backwards and try to get to physical dominion, not rather dominion people now. Dominion now people that are sort of nuts, and they want to take physical dominion by political power and force. Well, if you take spiritual dominion, physical dominion falls in place. But none of the people understand what it means to take spiritual dominion or even how to do that. I'm going to be doing a few Bible studies on that on the channel I'm starting, actually. So I thought I'd throw that out there. We have to get our spiritual act together. Really get into. I'm not saying sit in the pew. People, I meet people that never go to church that would make better Christians than Christians, right? A lot of Christians.
Exactly. Right.
It's unfortunate because they've been turned off to Christianity, not realizing that the people that represent people can really very much misrepresent what Christianity is really all about. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you for letting me chime in.
Thank you. Thank you.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. That's why I kind of stopped going to the Catholic Church because of crazy stuff going on there.
What's that?
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Can Reaper, but you disappeared.
I definitely got to agree about the spiritual aspects of this, where we are. I can tell you this: Jesus is coming in my lifetime, and I'm ready. God is so, but I won't tell. She came to me and says if she's really serious about this gay stuff. I'm not gonna lie to her. I'm like, well, I know what my Bible says. You're going to hell.
Now, part of the unfortunate thing is people don't know how, people in churches can be real self-righteous and condemning.
Oh, there's so many that are out of order, or I would say watered down. And it's sad because they're leading their congregation right to hell. They're leading their people who attend their church right to hell. If you're not going to give them the truth, that's your job as a pastor or a leader.
Well, the two extremes. You have the watered down people, and you have the other people that want to beat people with the Bible and condemn them without establishing a trust relationship with them. If you don't know me, pro-life warrior. So if I came up to you and started telling you how wrong you were in different areas of your life, you're not going to receive that very well. So if I establish a relationship with you, a trust relationship with you over time, so you got to know me and all that, then I could speak into your life. I have a lot of self-righteous people. Basically, I see it as a pendulum swing. People were treated badly, whether they be gay or whatever. And heterosexual sins are just as bad as homosexual sins. There'll be a lot of heterosexuals going to hell too. So we'd like to point out other people's sins as if they're worse than us. And people were mistreated. Gay people were mistreated for a long time. So it's like I draw the analogy of a husband that beats his wife, and she takes it, and finally she reacts wrong and she shoots him dead. Right. So there's a pendulum swing. So people are going to be oppressed in the right way, or really truly oppressed. And eventually, there's going to be a swing the other way. That's extreme the other way. Things will balance out. And the Democrats play that. Okay, so we know that there is racism. People like to use nebulous terms. Systematic racism. What does that mean? There are towns where still that black person don't want to be out after night, or don't want to be in town. There's towns like that in the U.S. So within that town, there's systematic racism. But people like to use broad general terms. I don't believe a majority of people in the United States are racist. But the fact that it exists in the first place gives Democrats something to grab onto, and they fool black people and minorities every election into voting for them, and then they don't do crap for them after they get their votes. That's been the pattern for years, decades.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we have to take the responsibility. There has to be responsibility for things. I also liken it too, and it's not a popular view. I'm not a conservative or a Democrat or a liberal. I think that our language has been hijacked. Liberal isn't liberal anymore. If you do a word search in the Bible on liberal, you'll find the word liberal there. If you do a word search on conservative, you don't find the word conservative in the Bible. But the word liberal has been twisted around to be something that's never was intended to be. I call them permissives. I call it progressives and the extreme left permissive. They're very permissive. That's like our language is being hijacked from the rainbow and everything else. You have elements of our language being hijacked. But my aspect, my belief is that nation is like entity, and the people that are part of the nation are like cells to your cells as part of your body. None of my cells existed. If I killed somebody 8 years ago, none of my cells existed 8 years ago, so I could say that I was innocent, right? But there's a responsibility, and I'm not talking about the type of reparations where people want things for free and they want free whatever on taxpayers' dime. I'm not talking about that at all. But we waste money giving. We wasted money in these quote stimulus packages, sending money to other countries for ridiculous things. If the Democrats were real about helping black people, they'd establish education centers in black communities that were quality. But, there are creative ways of doing things and helping people out without making them dependent. That's the other extreme. The liberals, back with Johnson's time, they instilled and created the welfare state. So I can demonstrate my racism by making you dependent on me. If you're a black person and I'm a racist, I can make you dependent on me. Or the other extreme, the extreme black conservative racist will just simply deny opportunity. So racism demonstrates itself in different ways. And so, basically I try to communicate to my black friends that, even if you look at a worst case scenario, if I'm your boss and you're making me rich, I want to be nice to you, make things better for you. That's one extreme, right? But it's sort of stupid to shoot the boss in the foot and hang yourself out to dry. I actually think Trump was improving from a spiritual perspective over time. He's actually getting more and more spiritually aware. I didn't like his spiritual advisors per se. The lady that he was quote spiritual advisor for a time was wacko. But I think he himself has the discernment to start to understand and grasp spiritual dynamics of what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. And to touch on what I was saying earlier about the videos and stuff, it's not that I'm bashing anybody that is black nor gay, but it's 2021. I'm not gonna. Nobody. I mean, literally nobody. Maybe some people, but it's very rare that you're going to turn down your gay plumber. I mean, just because he's gay. But they don't have to put the things out there. You know what I mean? Nobody cares anymore, but putting it out there and pushing it on kids isn't right.
Exactly right.
No, it isn't right, but it's part of that pendulum effect, right? So you had gay people over the years that were suffering a lot of self-righteousness. It's part of that pendulum effect. So they're going to their extreme. It's like South Africa, right? Blacks starting to drive out and kill white farmers. It's a pendulum effect. If there wasn't the wrong in the first place, and I'm not saying the reaction is right, but that's part of it. But we also can be creative. If I was a baker and the guy came, if I was a bakery and a gay guy came in for me to bake him a wedding cake with his male friend or whatever, I'd bake him a cake. But I'd also use that as an opportunity to communicate the gospel to him, as well as have posters up, not the verses that say you're going to hell because basically condemning homosexuals, but basically pointing the way to Christ, because you can't change people. Only God can change people, right? You can point them to God. If they get to establish a relationship with God, God will change them over time. You can't be their God and try to beat them over the head with the Bible and try to change them.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. You're right.
I got with my child. I got to try to straighten her up, lead her the way before it's too late.
I have a new child, pro-life warrior.
Lucy, come, baby girl. I know you miss me. Come on. What's that?
I have a new child. He's 8 years old this week. 8 weeks old. 8 weeks old this week.
Kids grow up so fast.
Wow. Yeah, we did the gestational surrogate thing.
Zach, how have you been? I missed you all week. How have you been, buddy? Good? Good.
Yeah, I can say I agree with you though, Dennis. You're right. I mean, I assume it probably is some sort of pendulum effect, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Well, one thing about you learn about evil is evil will play two sides of an issue, right? So
yeah,
you two sides of an issue. So you have evil and very self-righteous condemning people that make the church look bad, and then you have the evil extreme reaction to it, and then good people will get caught up in the middle, right?
yeah.
You can have a good-hearted gay person as long as they're not, pushing it in your face and beating you with it. That's your life. That's your decision. I don't agree with it. I think it's bad for you. I'm like, well, I'm still going to treat you like a human being with dignity, right?
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of us feel. I don't think any of us, I mean, I'm sure some people do, like I said.
My sister's
A lot
bad,
of us don't
but I don't accept
mind
it.
that.
But I love her. Love her with all my heart. I tell her that all the time.
Good.
But I
Zach,
won't lie
you got something?
to her.
Hey,
Hey,
Appalachian, that's why I don't like my governor.
What was that, Zach?
Hey, Appalachian, that's why I don't like my governor. I don't care what people's sexual preferences are, but I don't like how some people keep pushing it on others. My governor is one of those types of people.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well, they get
Like I'd say,
they get a whole month called Pride, and what does God hate? Thing He hates pride. We get a whole month, and our veterans get 1 day, and we get one Memorial Day to remember him 1 day. That's
Yep.
not right.
They should be honored every day.
Exactly right. All our fallen people, even our police officers, our first responders, our firemen, all of them.
Yeah.
I saw an article the other day about a child in his classroom. Another little boy got praised because he wore a dress and came out as homosexual, and that little boy was wondering why he didn't get praise, and all he was wearing was a regular pair of tennis shoes and shorts like a normal little boy would.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what, and these kids that don't have a father, don't have a role model to look up to, they're going to come out. My feeling is they're going to try to come out as gay to get some sort of praise.
People are reacting though. I was reading an article today that the enrollment in the first grade and kindergarten in the public schools is down 13%. People are going to stop letting their kids go to public school.
Oh, I know, because of the critical race theory thing has really hit a lot of people to the point. I went right there a couple weeks ago.
Robot.
Two things.
Yeah, my son will be home taught.
I said, if my daughter returns to your school, there'll be one fact was straight. She looks at me like, what? There will be no critical race theory. There will be no teaching her that she is more superior than a black person. And we will not be teaching her that the slavery still exists within the black community. So, hey. And
I could definitely see Michelle going over there and say, yeah.
as soon as the school board meetings, I'm there. As soon as they
slavery doesn't exist in the black community, but there's a type of slavery that exists in private prisons.
I'm actually considering running for the school board, but I don't know. I mean, they didn't want me to be a teacher, but I could probably be better effective as a school board member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally,
if it's something you want to do, then go for it.
No, do it.
I personally think that anybody who isn't above a middle income family is a modern day slave.
Well, there I am.
They give you just enough to get by if you're lucky.
Right.
Also, the thing is,
we're all enslaved. Our founding fathers, especially John Adams, stood here today, and he saw the taxation us would be so much different. Would be blowing out Congress out of water. You'd be telling people like Maxine Waters where to go. That's
look
where
at
we're. Look at our taxes.
Well,
especially.
I mean, we all have a problem with taxes. I mean, and they're getting worse.
Oh, they are.
Yep.
But my point is wage to price ratio is everything's unaffordable. You can't even buy a 2x12. It's like $800 right?
The groceries have gone up. Red meat's gone up.
Vehicles have went up. I mean, you're talking. Whenever I was a kid, you never thought there'd be a day you'd see $100,000 vehicle. Now they're all almost $100,000 vehicles.
Yeah, you could buy a small house for that type of money.
Well, I'm paying $21K for my $19K, Kia Cerio or Kia Rio. Why did I want to put a Cerio on a Rio? That's weird.
I paid $1,000 for my '98 Ford Ranger, and that's all I'll ever pay. I'll get everybody else's hand-me-downs. I don't give a shit what my vehicle looks like.
No, as long as it drives, it works. What the hell?
I scrapped the vehicle and didn't want my boss to keep picking me up and taking me to work. I wanted my own vehicle, and I got a loan, and I like it.
Hey, that's understandable. That's everybody's personal preference.
Yeah, we're still all under the chains of oppression right now since Joe Biden came in, right?
Oh, he's got his chains.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where my rusty old machete is.
To be
and all that stuff.
Being 100% honest with you guys, if my woman and I didn't have all the vehicles paid off, we would be poverty. I mean, that's the only thing that keeps us above poverty level is having the vehicles paid off.
Wow.
You like my shirt? It says, "Come and take it." Dr. Seuss.
Right on.
See, poverty in the last 10 years has changed from what it used to be.
Oh, yeah, big time.
If you don't work, you get paid more than me.
What am I going to talk about?
Right.
I know. I work at a staffing firm as a recruiter, and people don't want to work. I make too much sitting at home. Can you get me $28 an hour? No, they're offering $17. Nah, I make more at home. I just want to go steal their couches.
I just don't understand why the hell they would charge so much for a damn vehicle that doesn't even last.
Great deal on my Toyota RAV4. $1,000 for it. Gave him it was nice. I just said, "What was the price of the car?" And he's like, "Man, this has been a while since someone's come in here." Just wrote a flat out check. I'm like, "Well, I don't believe in owning anything." And my husband died, so I had to think of something. And he left me life insurance, and he told me, if something happens to me, make sure you get yourself a smaller vehicle. Get rid of the van and everything.
Yep.
On all those payments on me, though, and all that hassle. So I love my little Toyota.
Right on.
It was only a year old. I got a great deal on it.
I was very fortunate to grow up with a stepfather who taught me how to make something out of nothing, and that's what I've always done. My vehicles, I work on them.
My kid wants me to I don't know what to get.
Maybe grand. Ooh.
I don't want him to have or fork all this money into it,
$80,000 for a truck. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My dad wanted to pay that much. He's like, I paid $80,000 for that.
Car, no, what I've been saying too. Because
what he has now.
He doesn't get
80K for an F-250? Oh my God.
My dad owns a Chevy Silverado.
I wouldn't even put dirt in that. I'd be like, no, it's my truck. It's too new. I can't do it. Chip my paint.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna drop off and get some rest. Thanks for letting me join and put in my 2 cents. Appreciate it.
Have a good night, Dennis.
Good to meet
It was
you.
nice having you, Dennis.
Take care. Take care, Zach. Have a good one.
Bye, Dennis.
I'm actually scrapping in my Kia. I'm pulling over to the side of the road and cutting, cords off of vacuum cleaners and throwing them into my back seat and driving away. Why not?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If I look out my window, there's a scrap yard in my backyard.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And the price of metals went up, so.
The brass shells are worth so much, but I don't want to waste my ammo.
He's right about metal. I called for an aluminum metal roof just to get a quote. Holy shit, it's doubled in price since the last 2 years. I was like, wow. We should have got that done a long time ago.
There's an app called iScrap. iScrap. I can't. But it's good. It tells you the current prices for scrap prices.
Yeah. I hear you there. Oh.
Yeah, James, me personally, I mean, that's cool that you got a brand new truck, and I'd love to have a brand new truck. I just, kind of like Steve said, I wouldn't want to scratch it or dent it, and I can take my 98 Ford Ranger and drive it off the side of a mountain. I really don't care.
Dang.
But I'm going to buy a truck. That's my next vehicle, but I'm going to pay cash for it. Only spend a couple grand, and it's going to be dented and ready to be destroyed because that's what I'm going to do to it eventually.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, I didn't mean drive off a cliff. I meant literally off of a mountain because I deer hunt,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach.
Go ahead, buddy.
That's how close I got to the White House. Look at that.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, you can go right up to it now. So give him the finger.
I can see Michelle doing that.
Go ahead, brother. What you got?
Yeah, buddy.
Like I said, usually the fireworks were just amazing. You guys, I'll share the video tonight. I can't play sound because I'll get a copyright. But yeah, pretty cool.
Go ahead,
Warrior, in the beginning of the podcast, we just went over what's happening in Arizona with the audit.
Okay. So what's going on with that? I haven't been following the news, so keep me updated. Anything good news?
No.
Well, we had a couple of people from AZ, but
They told us a few different things, but
I thought they were not giving passwords to the system so they could look at them. Was that what it was? They weren't turning over the passwords, or was that another state? This is all so damn confusing. I'm pretty sure Trump won.
I think we're all sure of that.
Right, Lucy?
But no, yeah, they're not giving over the passwords to the database or whatever.
Why?
I don't know.
Because Hillary could delete her emails. I mean, they can do this, she can do that. It's tit for tat. They can just cheat all they want.
We've been doing this Arizona audit for what? 4 months, 3 months? When are we gonna know?
I don't think that it even matters that they don't have the password now, because I'm pretty sure they found enough in the ballots that But anyway, the Katie Hobbs lady, she's been stripped of her rights, and she was Secretary of State, stripped of some of her rights to have anything to do with it because they don't want her going against the Attorney General.
Right? What is the Democrat?
The Attorney General is a Republican. He's the one. He's the reason why we got this audit going anyway.
Now, are we still doing the audit in Wisconsin, or is that with just all talk?
Yeah,
Nobody
they're
knows.
pushing for it.
They're pushing for stuff, but no, there's not been a state completely certified that they are doing one yet.
I think it's kind of like it's kind of like dominoes. Once one falls, the rest will follow. And
Yeah.
Mike Lindell is gonna start a pillow fight tomorrow.
No shit.
Yeah,
Really.
his $90 pillows are gonna be smacking some liberals in the face. It's gonna be awesome.
You know, as you were saying that, Steve, I was thinking to myself, pillow fight? I was like, pillow fight, man. I'd love to have one of those $90 damn pillows.
Yes.
That damn thing better sing me to sleep.
I know. Mine's a $7
does.
bamboo one from Family Dollar, so and it doesn't sing me to sleep.
Well, this pillow will, because I have my pillows.
James, we did come to the conclusion earlier that every ballot, every piece of paper is being examined, done properly, because it's going to court. It's not held up in court. They want it all to be proper. That's why they're taking their time, and it will be held up in court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but they want to have their T's crossed, their I's dotted, because they don't want any misconception that this could be wrong.
Go on.
Or any mistakes.
Go on.
What he's saying
right now and read these comments. I'm not shitting you. There's no way this man won. Over 5,000 comments and not one good.
What does it say? Read them off, Michelle.
Comment off a couple hours ago said, "Go away, old man. You can't even run this country straight. And take your Ho Harris with you. We the people want our real president back."
Oh, Joe and the Ho gotta go. Yeah,
no.
Got a Ho notice.
Yes. Where did?
I mean, if you just, I read it because it's funny, and you read everyone's comments and you see their frustration, and people are mocking him and calling him insane. It's just like there's no way this man won.
Well, you want to know why? I say keep him in there as long as they can, so they can red pill more people. Bring it on.
Mike, I'm not so sure that you're correct about that, because Arizona will have to flip, and I know that they were suspecting Georgia and another northern state to go red. So it's going to take more than just Arizona and Georgia. I think it'll take at least
Georgia's coming.
It don't matter,
Georgia,
because once they find
Pennsylvania,
if they don't, I'm moving there.
Once they find the stuff in Arizona, I think the rest of the states and all will try to push for a re-election. I hope. But
constitutionally, yes, that would be the route to go. The voter ID, damn it. Goodness gracious. Ugh. Because every time I went to vote, I was like, I get my ID. Oh, you don't need that. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like,
when I found out and he requested a mail-in ballot 2 days after I buried him, I was pissed off. I went down there and I couldn't actually get it. The doors were locked, and you had to make a virtual appointment. But I went back down there after because I had to do something with my driver's license, and I walked right in there. I said, "Here it is." Printed out, showed that my husband requested not one ballot but 2 ballots, and he happened to vote in the November election too. Come on. Explain this. I don't like your tone.
I
Oh.
met that
wouldn't.
manager at McDonald's the other day. Like, just give me the right fucking food. Get out of my store. Whatever.
And I'm not trying to burst nobody's bubble. I'm just saying that that we talked about that earlier, and it would take at least 2 more states after Arizona. That sucks.
Ouch. What was that about? What? I heard an echo. Sorry.
That was on your computer, I think.
No, mine's on mute.
You're probably talking to yourself, TCP.
Listen, no. What the hell? Oh yeah, busted my chops already, yeah.
Just posted White House. Since President Biden took off, nearly 160 million Americans have been vaccinated. Additionally, 90% of the seniors are fully vaccinated. 7% of Americans aged 27 and above are fully vaccinated.
Lies.
I don't buy into that shit.
I know. 1.82 million Americans have received at least one shot so far. Well, guess what? This one American has received none.
0.
None.
You know, I heard.
I heard. Watch the latest press conference today. It's mandatory. They're going to come door to door and see if you've been vaccinated. They can't force you yet, but they're not going to. They're going to knock on you, and they're going to have your name, and they're going to check in if you've been vaccinated or not. So they're going to go. So here's my answer to this: don't answer the door, people.
I just bought a new toy.
No, I'll answer the door, and if they don't pay attention to the signs in my yard, they'll probably be walking off with lead in their ass.
I bought an AR-12.
I could never see Appalachia doing that. Like, you come one step closer. It's it.
I didn't believe it. I looked at the post from the latest press conference in the White House. Yep, they're going to start going door to door.
Yep.
Well, they can kiss my freaking ass.
Now they can't push it. No, that's unconstitutional. We'll have major certain states comply, and there'll be a lot of angry people, but it'll come to it where we don't have a choice anymore.
We always have a choice.
Well, it's coming to where we're starting to lose our constitutional rights. We've already lost our first freedom of press, freedom right to assemble, freedom of speech. Look at how many people have lost their YouTube channels. I lost mine. Look at and even the president of the United States, come on, guys. He has been censored off of Facebook. Even he's not the president, legal president, they call it. He's off all social platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
It depends on where you are, too. There are certain states that aren't going to allow that. Florida being one, Texas being one, Tennessee being one. They're not going to let people come door to door. And
they are here in Ohio. They're letting them.
Yeah, well, Como's, you know what?
But I heard also the reason they're doing that is because less than 6% or something of the population have it.
Died from a 14-year-old boy from Chicago received the second shot and he died. No one's talking about that.
Yeah, I have no trespassing signs myself, Moose Man. So if they trespass on my property, I'll give them a chance to leave. I'm not going to stop anybody if they're leaving, but.
There's 9 people where I work, and only 2 of us have not been vaccinated. We've not gotten a jab. Only 2 out of 9. But I work with a lot of liberal idiots. So
yeah,
they dropped.
That sucks. Imagine you must go home with a massive headache all the time.
I just do,
Yeah.
My
Stay in
woman
your
works
lane.
for a Warren Buffett company, and we all know he's a liberal.
Yeah.
But he owns a big trailer manufacturer here in East Tennessee, and they had a deal where he was making everybody wear masks in there. Once they realized nobody was going to take the vaccination, and there were still thousands of people wearing masks, they had to give up on it because Tennessee dropped the mask mandate, and people were
Well,
starting to buck.
the Amazon, you gotta get the shot, you know, to get your $1,000 bonus and your $20 an hour. And T-Mobile, they made all their employees get the shot, but they still make them wear their masks. You know, I don't have to wear a mask going into T-Mobile stores, but their employees have to wear it. You know, and I've been at like a grocery store and I said, hey, you know, you don't have to
Yeah.
wear that mask, and a girl will tell me, well, I just feel comfortable with it. So that's the new, you know, blanket.
That's
you know,
it. That's what she thought. So okay, then, well, you do you, and I'll do me. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I'm glad you found comfort in something. Then walked away and mumbled under my breath because it's still stupid. It's just whatever.
Well, the problem is they got so
Live
many
your life.
people, so many people in fear that, like my sister, the other day when I was on the phone with her, I think it was like a week ago. I'll wear the mask for the rest of my life. I'm like, yeah, okay, you do that, I'll do me.
Yep. And fear is just false evidence appearing real. You don't have to live under it if you understand that. Because you should never fear anything because you can't stop anything from happening.
No, right. It's like, you know, like we're all brain for people. Like we didn't have to wear masks during SARS or H1N1. What makes this any different? Like, damn. And it doesn't help that the media is gaslighting it, and you're, oh, we're gonna die. You know, guess what? It didn't turn out to be as bad as they thought. Did that? Like they've been portraying it.
It's that Dirty Laundry song by Don Henley. You know, it's very descriptive on where the media was heading in the 80s. You know, just
Yeah, if Democrats.
they-
Here's an interesting headline. Sorry. The
what's the
Democrat
song?
lawmaker under fire after claiming black people aren't free. Yeah, because you Democrats are making them slaves. But anyway, go ahead.
The saying is, when there's blood in the streets, there's money to be made, and that's
Correct.
what they want to sell. That's how they sell it.
Yeah,
Fear.
especially all these founders from Black Lives Matter. You know
Y'all,
how many millions they made over
Hey,
this
hey,
scandal?
back. Come on over to my channel, guys. Okay, I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Love y'all.
Okay, much love,
All right.
Michelle.
For a week since I've been live, so I'm excited to go live. Been way over a week.
Okay,
Love y'all.
gotcha. Much love.
Moose Man, I need you to send me that code there, brother. That way I can charge them $5,000.
Oh, I see. Let's go. Damn it. Well, looks like George Floyd morals are being defaced all across the nation. Dr. Steve Turley. I like
Did
watching
anybody?
him. Right.
Yeah,
Did any?
that's interesting. I did post that Dr. Steve Turley earlier. You know, Dr. Steve, he's a great guy, and yeah, destroy them things.
Yeah, it says fentanyl Floyd. I'm like, brilliant.
Yep.
Did anybody see
People-
where the article
People have had enough.
on the 4th of July being the bloodiest 4th of July in history or whatever?
What is it?
So did
It's-
anybody see the article where we had the bloodiest 4th of July in history?
Yeah, it's the American Revolution, right?
No, I
No.
actually saw
Well,
an article that said that we had half
Oh,
as
wait, so
many murders and gun violence as we did last year on the 4th of July this year. We actually had half as many, is what I saw.
yeah, I saw something
uh,
stating it
uh,
was the most violent 4th of July in the last 20 years.
Was that
you talk about the shootings. Oh,
China?
okay.
No.
China did that Twitter about how we're all idiots wanting the Second Amendment, having guns, and yet we all kill
Yeah.
each other. Idiots.
Yeah, yeah,
It,
right.
it might have been the Gateway Pundit or something like that. I seen they stated that this was the bloodiest 4th of July we've had. Then again, I could be confused. I may have seen it on another website, but
I just have Newsbreak on my phone,
What is it?
an app.
the Gateway Pundit is a
The world is
really
waking
decent
up.
thing to pay attention to. I heard there were a
Yeah.
bunch of shootings in New York over the 4th.
As
That's not
usual.
surprising. That's surprising. Look at
Has
Chicago.
anybody?
There's more people dying there that in the war in Afghanistan, for God's sakes.
Silver has something to say.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you guys, you were talking about the Arizona audit. Back a little ways ago, the Senate and the Arizona Congress, Senate, whatever they call themselves, put themselves out on break until Labor Day. They're not going to be back in session until after Labor Day. It's because they are the ones who ordered the audit. Can the audit even be released until they come back? If you order something and you pay for it, then generally you're the one who gets the results. It isn't spread out in other places until you are given the results if you bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if that was a move to keep it from being released.
I'm pretty sure the Senate pushed it, but now as far as the Secretary of State, she's obviously a piece of shit, and the governor is too. Uh,
I
the
just
only
wondered legally if they could release it, or if legally they have to go back into session to have it presented to them first.
it's they may have already had it presented to them when they finished it, like a week or two ago, and it may be going through the Attorney General right now, or maybe that's the thing they took to the Pentagon that had the 32 governors there. Nobody really knows, to be exact, but that is kind of odd that they took a break for that long.
And it was right after they lost the argument that the feds could not come in and stop everything, and that the states were able to do this anyway. To hell with you, federal,
Yeah.
And it was right after that happened that they met and put themselves on recess until Labor Day.
Was that where they filmed them through the windows, where they're trying to block off the windows? They filmed them counting ballots. Was that the same place?
I don't know.
It's been so crazy since we moved into the Twilight Zone. And why isn't Rod Serling president?
Good point. Excellent point.
He might take off a mask like in Scooby Doo and be like, "Yoink, I'm Rod Serling. Welcome to the Twilight Zone."
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that myself, and it seems kind of odd to me, but maybe it's in somebody else's hands already.
That we can pray for.
Yeah.
Thank you.
James,
Yeah.
the Southern James said that Newsmax is where I seen that article. Apparently, most shootings in 20 years on the 4th. David Matt said yes, 80 of them in Chicago.
They're starting to be shootings here in Massachusetts. I'm like, great. Well, of course, it's near Boston area, but not anywhere near here. But
Well, if you're a scrapper, you want to go there because the brass, is worth a lot of money for scrappers. just saying, the scrap prices are up.
Steve,
what's this very bad? It's like, ugh.
If I went to collect brass, I would not be taking it to a scrapyard.
No, I'd be refilling them.
Yeah.
Nice little lever, and
Yeah.
That's my next purchase. The AR-12. I just had to buy it because it was only $300.
Yeah. I mean, you can't beat that,
Yeah, I know.
You mean the AK-17?
No, it's an AR-12.
Oh, excuse me.
It's
you
12.
You don't remember that when Greasy Joe Biden said, "We're going to take your AR-17s."
I try not to remember anything Joe Biden says. I choose to be the one that loses his memory when it comes to Mr. Potato Head, the president. Other than he sniffs girls.
AR-13s, your AR-14s, your AR-17s, your AR-18s, and your AR-20s.
Was it a senator that said that an AR-15 is like the weight of 10 moving boxes? And I used to work for a moving company for 12 years, and that means it's 40 to 70 pounds a box. So 10 of those is 400 to 500 pounds. That's a heavy AR-15. You might be holding like 40 of them.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, the crap that comes out of their mouth.
How about banning pistol braces? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, because I got
They
one.
want to disarm us. That's been their goal since day one.
Yeah, but my point is, TCP, how many people do you know that have a pistol brace? Every pistol that my father owns does not have a brace. I mean, I get it, some people do, but there are a lot more. You could take a brace off a pistol. You don't have to have one.
Yeah. I need my brace on my pistol so I can shoulder it.
Well, I get that. That's cool if you want to. You know what I mean? But it's just stupid. It's a minute thing it's not necessary, but people use it.
And they're never going to take it from me because I'll take the brace off and I'll use the tube on my shoulder, the pistol, the brace tube. Are they going to make that illegal? I mean, it's hard to shoot a 10-inch AR or, God damn it, Ruger 1022. You either need a bipod or you need a pistol brace for the gun.
Yeah.
James just said YouTube is creeping. He just got kicked out of here twice.
Commies. Yeah, is that angry more?
I'm doing good, Jason. Thank you.
I actually posted a Facebook challenge to get put in jail by Facebook. I tried for 5 hours and I didn't get put in Facebook jail. I think they're just trying to incriminate me for a longer period of a sentence. Like 58 days so far this year ain't bad, though.
Yeah. That's just the level of hypocrisy that you see today. It's just,
Hey, Steve, you know how you cover your ass? Watch this. Anything we say or do here in this video are mostly jokes and for comedy uses. So anything we say, please don't take seriously. And YouTube, fuck off.
Yeah. My mama said,
Zach. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. All three of us do it at once. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh
Come on,
yeah!
Steve. Come on, Steve.
Oh. Where is it? There. Both of them. Sideways as well.
Oh, that's great. That should have been a photo op.
The real president.
Amen.
Because Joe Naho gotta go.
Bingo.
Jason said his bike was stolen. Is that the one you got, Steve?
Yeah, I'm in Ohio. I took his bike. No, I got an extra bike in my basement, but he's in Washington State. I can't really help him out, but I'm sure there's somebody there that can, because I got that bike for free because I didn't have a car, and there was a nonprofit organization that was offering bikes to men without vehicles so they could provide for their families. But I don't, have the family either. But I got a free bike.
He's in Washington State. Dude, you gotta get the hell out of there.
One of God's warriors. I love to believe some of that stuff with the intel drops and whatnot, but at this point, I can't take any of it to heart because I don't want to be let down again. So I take everything that has not got to do with the audits with a grain of salt, because we can't get our hopes up or, just yet.
Question everything you hear and everything you see.
And some people are in this just for money. We spoke on this last week, and you don't see us trying to get money.
Right.
We say what we think. We have an open panel. We bring people up. I mean, this is the people's channel. But I really wish that the intel would come through, Not saying that some of it hasn't already. I've seen thousands upon thousands of arrests for child trafficking in the last 3 months, but I just don't know what else to make it, because the election stuff, nobody has been right on yet. Maybe I'll get surprised. Maybe the 11th will change everything, but for right now, I just can't bank on that stuff. How do you feel about that stuff, Zach? Similar?
There you go.
Oh, trust me, I've looked at the cue boards and stuff, and I find that all pretty fascinating, and it's just so hard to read, though. You can't get a correct specific date or answer out of it. And Mike A., I totally agree with you. I think a lot of the intelligence agencies are deep state. I don't think the Department of Homeland Security is, though, because they're the ones that keep doing all the arrests for child trafficking. So I'm hoping that they're not. We can all just
Basically, what he's saying, all he can do is speculate. That's basically what he's saying. That's all he can do,
Yeah, pretty much. Uh-oh, where'd Steve go?
Nowhere.
Oh, you're just trying to play. Play a tricky game, huh?
It's a little
Yeah.
peekaboo. No, I got caught up in some Facebook stuff in the other screen, and I kind of lost track of things. That's because it's weird over there in Facebook land.
I've not seen it in 3 years. Tell me what's going on, Steve.
I just go there to antagonize people and try to get put in jail. Facebook jail.
Is Facebook a 100% liberal community now, or?
Well, I have actually blocked all the liberals, so now I can't be put in Facebook jail. It's kind of cool. I just keep posting my stuff and nobody's saying, "Oh, he hates people and he's bullying me." I'm like, "No, you're a sheeple. You're as smart as a you know."
A box of cereal.
Well, a bumper. What is a parking bumper? You know, the parking thing where they think they put in parking lots. What's that called?
A parking meter.
No,
a cone.
No, the thing that you pull up to that's like either made of rubber.
Curb.
No, in a parking lot, man. It's made of rubber or concrete.
I call it a curb.
I don't know. Well, I'll just say a speed bump. How about that?
That'll
You're
work.
smart as a speed bump when you're laying in the road protesting, anything. So I had a whole community want to kill me over calling them a bunch of speed bumps for laying in the road protesting something.
Man, they're all talking, no action. You know, crap. They're just online idiots.
Yeah, I know.
They sit behind the keyboard in mommy's basement and, who can I troll today? Dumbasses. Same thing with YouTube.
Well, I just say the pen is mightier than the sword. Because you probably don't have a sword on you, and I can put this through your eye.
Oh yeah, well,
I'm just saying, something even different. Be like, Joe Pesci, and whatever mafia movie that was where he was stabbing a guy in the neck with a pencil.
James, send the prepper. Put up that comment, Zach. The one you just put up. It says our country is at stakes. We're gonna fight and stay true, or we're done because our government is corrupt, and now they're trying to corrupt our police forces by bribing them with millions of dollars. There you go. Yeah.
Yep, and there's rumors that they're going to force all military members to take the jab, and a lot of military people are going to quit if that's what happens.
I've heard that they are already bucking over that.
Yep. And that's fine. That's just more. That's more people on our side. We got more veterans than we do active military, anyways.
You gotta understand something. You gotta understand something too. 80% of the military supported Trump. 80%. That's a lot.
Yeah.
From what I've heard from my mother, now I don't.
Red wave.
In this area, like her friends and stuff, a lot of them.
If you're a combat veteran, we'd be happy to have you.
a lot of them are awake. People that I wouldn't have expected growing up, but
yeah,
like a lot of family, friends, stuff like that.
That's good. Fortunately, I got two sisters that hated them, so I'm like, oh, great. So I was asking, where do you get your information from? DuckDuckGo or Gateway Pundit or this and that? I tell her where to go, she don't do it. So I'm like, whatever. Be a dum-dum.
I would love to go to Alaska.
Oh, beautiful there. It's a little cold now, but yeah. Especially in the winter time. Good gravy. Ugh.
Maybe hunting some elk, something like that, or caribou.
Might be
Kind of
lots of
stay away from the grizzlies.
yeah. Lots of military personnel in Kentucky threatened Clinton over the jab. Yeah, I believe that. If I had to trust anyone that their jobs took away my rights daily and they should sit down to a flag.
Yes, we did, Barefoot.
Yeah. Did you already talk about that? Well, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. They could eat a bag of crap.
In our state, like I stated earlier, there will be probably a majority of states letting that happen, and then there'll be some of the states that won't let that happen.
Well, that'll be the day I say bye.
It's like this. I want you guys. I don't know. I know I live in one of the true deep rooted red states, and every time Texas or Florida makes a decision, like critical race theory was banned in the schools here 4 months ago.
Wow.
You know, because Florida done it, Texas done it, and Tennessee soon follows. Every
Joe
time.
Kerr and Anunnaki are from Tennessee. I don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah,
Joe Kerr and Anunnaki. Yeah, they live in Tennessee too.
But I'm just saying that Tennessee always follows those two states, and if those two states put a stop to that, then Tennessee will soon follow.
That's exactly what happened, right?
That's what happened with critical race theory, and I'm sure they'll do the same thing about the door-to-door
Personally,
stuff.
a lot of people in blue states such as here are doing it. I'm like, damn, never thought I'd see today.
I think a lot of states turned red that nobody
I just talked
thought.
I just talked to a teacher that I know Betty from the school district because I just got laid off last November. They're saying they're starting to do that crap here. She's like, many are quitting because of it, because they didn't want to talk to their kids, they had a teacher. I was like, what in the hell? I was like, well, fight back. Speak up. She's like, go to the school board meetings. You have the authority to do that. Speak your opinion. Let them know that you don't want these people indoctrinating the kids. She goes, you know what? You're right. I'm like, go. There's a school board meeting coming up. Go to it. Tell them how you feel. She's like, I will. I'm like, there you go.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
My governor, my asshole governor here, is paying people. Oh, if you get the jab, we're having like what was it? Mass Jack Bar, whatever the hell it is. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, we gotta get rid of this asshole.
James,
I went for that. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not 100% sure why they formed a militia to do what they did, or else I could comment on that. All I know is they were in Massachusetts and they had a standoff in the middle of the freeway.
But the question is that what really happened?
But I read an article, and all it was is they didn't recognize our laws, but they surrendered peacefully. So,
yeah,
they ran out of a bus or a truck and into the woods. Then they got scared, or it was staged. I mean,
it could have been staged.
Look where we live.
I wouldn't be surprised. It was.
I know from the looks
By
of
the way,
the majority.
The Second Amendment is very clear. that you have the right to form a militia against the tyrannical government.
Yeah, that
There
is
you go.
true.
Anyways, go ahead. Finish your thoughts. Sorry.
I was just saying, from the looks of it, the men in that shooting were of color. I'm not sure what their motives were.
Very possible. I had to look into that a little more because when I first heard about it, standoff, I'm like, wait a minute. Well, pump up the brakes here. I'm pretty sure a real militia person would not just have a standoff with a freaking gun. Because they're about law and order, and we back them. I mean, they back them. You know what I mean? They're not about that, have shooting at police. They don't do that. They only do it in defense of their country, which means they wouldn't start that stuff. No. No way. They back them 100%. And there's some militia groups out there say, if you need help with anything, just give us a call. We don't care what they don't care what aisle of the fence you're on. And if you're protesting, whatever.
I agree with TCP. It is what it is, but
we follow the Constitution. That's what we swear an oath to. We don't start a shootout with the police. We don't do that stuff. No. So when I first heard about this thing, red flags went off in my head. Because number one, militiamen would never ever disrespect a police officer or have a standoff with them. You don't see that happen ever. We just go and train the whatever, and nobody bothers us. We don't bother them, and that's it. We go train, and then we go home to our families. That's it.
Come here.
Oh dear. Sorry.
What's up, Zach?
Go ahead. Sorry, buddy. So yeah, a lot of red flags about that. I don't think like you just suggested that avalanche. That's possibly what could have happened. There's been people of color and then. Hey, what's going on, Deez? How you doing, brother?
Careful out there on Lake Erie. That's 26 miles north of me.
Is it really?
I think he's on the other end.
No, I think he's in Ontario, I think.
Okay, well then that's 38 miles north of me. I think it's 12 miles wide. I don't know. I don't have Google easily accessible that I could, but I don't.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot of red flags about that standoff. That just doesn't smell right to me. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Zach, I'm gonna hop off here and get me something to snack on before I go to bed. You got something to say?
Buddy? Go ahead, buddy. Sorry.
Well, hey family, thank you for being here for an excellent panel discussion. We must stick together and keep up this fight. It's too far into this to surrender. We all have a voice and this evil won't conquer it. I love you all and I'll always be positive during this uncertain times.
God bless you, Zach.
That's right. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for showing up here tonight. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to go and subscribe to the second channel. It's the Patriot Express. That's the backup channel.
Yeah, in case Zach can't make it, or
Have a good night, all. Thanks,
Steve.
Zach.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you to Uber Guy, Cameron Lotus, Maurice Duck, Dangerous Freedom After Dark, Prepping 101, That to Go Technician, and all the rest of our Patriot family. We appreciate this family. Oh, yeah. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment.
And